People always say, control your feelings. But feeling is not something you do intentionally. It is something that happens to you, constantly, without asking permission. Most people experience life like weather passing through. It comes, it goes, it leaves little behind. But you? It doesn't pass through you, it settles. And that is what it feels like to be someone who feels everything deeply. You may find yourself on the more sensitive side, someone who has always carried a deep concern for others and for the world around you. When someone is hurt or mistreated, it does not feel distant, it feels personal, almost as if it is happening to you. You may recognize this in yourself as empathy, that natural ability to feel and be affected by the emotional energy of others. Because of that openness, because of how deeply you understand pain, you tend to form connections that are soulful and meaningful, the kind that go beyond the surface. That is what it means to feel everything deeply. And for most of your life, the world has had something to say about it, calling you too sensitive, too emotional, telling you that you take things too personally, that you need to toughen up, as if the way you experience life is something that needs fixing, something you're meant to outgrow. But what they never stop to understand is this: you are never feeling too much. You are just feeling everything as it is, in a world where most people have learned to turn the volume down on their own emotions. Psychologists call this sensory processing sensitivity, but that name barely captures what it actually feels like from the inside. Where other people seem to have walls, you have windows, and everything finds its way in. The beauty and the pain arrive with the same intensity, the joy and the grief settling just as deeply. Nothing filtered, nothing held at a distance. It all lands fully, immediately, and stays a little longer than you expect. You do not experience life from the outside looking in. You feel it from within, as if every moment moves through you instead of past you. And there is something very rare living inside that. You do not just remember what happened, you remember how it felt. And the moments that seemed small to everyone else somehow stayed with you. Words that meant nothing to someone else left a quiet mark on you that never fully faded. That is not weakness, it is a heart that holds on to what mattered, even when the mind has already tried to move on. Most people move through life only brushing the surface of things, but you have never really had that option. For you, everything goes deeper, and almost everything leaves something behind. That same part of you shows up in quiet ways too, like the way you help a stranger in need, because somewhere along the way you made a silent agreement with yourself that if you came across someone who needed something and you had something to give, you would give it every time without needing to think twice. It is not a decision you make in the moment. It is simply who you are when nobody is watching. But there is a side of this that does not get talked about enough, and it is the part that slowly wears on you. Feeling everything deeply means you do not just carry your own emotions. You absorb the emotional weight of the world around you. Someone else's anxiety settles quietly in your chest. A tense room follows you home long after you have left it. And sometimes you find yourself sitting with a heaviness you cannot even name, only to realize it was never yours to begin with. It belonged to someone you passed, someone you love, or someone you were simply near long enough to feel. Your system does not always know the difference. It just receives again and again without pause. And that kind of constant openness is exhausting in a way that is hard to explain to someone who has never felt it. It is not the kind of tired that sleep can fix. It is deeper than that. The kind that comes from experiencing life in high definition in a world that often moves more quietly and distantly. It is the weight of processing more than you were ever meant to carry, of being so open to everything that sometimes it feels like there is no door to gently close. And yet, within that same sensitivity, there is something incredibly hard to find. You understand things that cannot easily be explained. You sense what is unspoken, and you notice when something is off, even when everything appears fine on the surface. You can sit with someone in silence and still make them feel seen, as if nothing more needs to be said. You love with a depth and sincerity that many people spend their whole lives searching for, and the beauty you experience, A certain light, a piece of music, a moment of real human connection reaches you in a way that goes far beyond the surface. Feeling things deeply means you sense everything others overlook. You feel the hidden tensions, the unspoken pain, the truths people avoid. That awareness can be heavy, and sometimes it leaves you standing alone. You notice hypocrisy, injustice, and the shallow pretenses that others accept. You cannot help but question, to challenge, to speak what is real. And in that constant depth, your insight, your vision, and your quiet power live. Feeling everything deeply is not a flaw, and it is not something you need to fix or apologize for. It is simply a way of moving through the world that not everyone will understand from the inside. And the goal was never to feel less, never to build walls or harden yourself, or slowly learn to detach. The real work is finding the people and the spaces that can meet you at that same depth, that can hold what you feel without asking you to become smaller. You were never built wrong. You were built open, and staying open in a world that keeps asking you to close. That takes a quiet kind of courage most people never develop. So what would your life look like if you finally stopped apologizing for feeling everything? Don't answer it quickly. Let it stay with you, the way everything always stays with you.